Hi, this is Tara, and this is your happy horoscope reading for the Aries season. The Aries season kicks off tomorrow. It's the first day of spring. It's also the first day of the new astrological year. In astrology, the new year begins with Aries and it ends with Pisces. So the little fishies are swimming away from us. And as they're leaving us, hopefully they're leaving us refreshed, reinvigorated. Hopefully it's reawakened our soul, our spirit, our imagination. And now we have all of that stuff inside of us. It's ready to come out. And that's what Aries does. Aries gets you out and moving. That is Aries' role in the zodiac. It's to get things started. Aries is the god of war. And maybe this won't be a surprise, but the other gods did not really like Aries, probably because he's kind of a bully, very forceful, very aggressive, a warrior. It's interesting though, because, a warrior can have all different kinds of connotations, and I choose to kind of, look at it in more positive light. When you look up the meaning of a warrior, it's someone who is strong and brave. And isn't that a great energy for us to bring into the new season? Strength, courage. Those are the kinds of things that we want to use, and that's the kind of energy that you want to take from Aries. The interesting thing about Aries is he's got a sister, and that sister is Athena. She is the goddess of war. People like Athena much more than Aries because she kind of takes a different approach to things. She uses strategy and decisiveness, and it's not just force, it's actually purposeful decisions that she is making that is moving her cause forward, that is, if you want to use the term, fighting for her well-being. And that's the kind of energy that comes with the Aries season. It's a time to move ahead. And that's what Aries is great at getting things started. If you want to get a project off the floor, if you want to get anything going, you want to get Aries or use Aries energy, because that is definitely going to get things started. Think about Aries though. Very good at getting things started, not great at finishing them. And happy birthday, all you Aries. I know a lot of Aries. I love Aries, great energy. But you know who you are, and you know it's very easy to get something started and then push it aside because, ooh, there's something new and shiny over there, okay? That's why Aries really needs all of the other signs that come up behind it. Aries gets things going, and then the rest of the zodiac picks the energy up and moves us throughout the year. And that's what's so cool about Aries, and what is so important, and why you want to work with this energy and really use it for your well-being as you're moving your life forward. It's important when you're working with this energy. A couple of things, when I was reflecting upon the energy, there were a couple of things that popped out of me. The first one was the contrast between Pisces and Aries, and between winter and spring. Or if you're on the other side of the world, you're coming out of summer and going into fall. It's a very stark contrast between those energies. If you think about winter, just last Saturday, we had a big snowstorm here and it was quiet. Well, there was some wind, but basically it's quiet, and it's whites and it's grays and it's browns, and it's, just a very sort of calming, peaceful energy, as long as you don't have to go out driving in it. When the spring comes along, everything's bursting out in your face. Everything is color. Everything is wild. The birds are singing. The trees are full. Everything's bursting out of the ground in color, and the days are longer and brighter, and it's almost like coming out of a dark theater or into like a bright sunlight. You're like, a little like, whoa. It's the same thing coming out of the Pisces, that very introspective, dreamy kind of a season, into Aries that's all like, let's go, we got a marathon to run, we got things to do, places to go, you know. So what you want to do is you want to use what you have to kind of temper that Aries energy. Okay, if you're a water sign, think about how the energy is feeling to you. If it's feeling overwhelming, if it's feeling almost like it's drowning you, use your water energy to calm it down. Okay, keep in mind, how does this feel? If it's not feeling good, then stop doing it, try something else. That's another good thing about Aries. If you're stuck in patterns, Aries is very good at helping you get out of a pattern, because it's almost like all over the place kind of energy. The only thing is, once you get out of that pattern, Aries is not about going backwards. Aries is about going forwards. Aries doesn't go back and look at Pisces. Aries moves forward into Taurus. And that's kind of the energy that you want to think about when you're working with it. If you're an air sign, think about what you're doing before you act. You know, fire energy, and I'm a fire sign, I'm a Sagittarius, as many of you who've watched me know, or probably just looking at me, you're like, she's like, you know, fire signs, we're just out there, we're running, we're like, you know, it's just, that's our energy. But air signs work wonderfully with fire, because air can feed the best qualities of fire while controlling it. And that's really what you want to do with fire, because fire energy, fire is not about control. Fire is just going to run. You want to use your energy to control it. So if you're an air sign, use your thought process, use your intellect, use your tools to balance that fire energy. If you are an earth sign, ground the energy. Keep yourself very grounded during this time frame. Okay? Stop. Go put your hands in dirt. Go outside. The weather's getting better. Do whatever it is that will work for you when you're feeling like ground it down into the earth. Ground it down with your energy. And then you're going to find the best use of that and of the fire energy to get you where you want it to take you. Okay? And if you're a fire sign, if you're you know, if you're an Aries, you already know how to work with it. Just follow your instincts. Leo, put a little bit of humor, a little bit of fun into the situation. And Sagittarius is going to think a little bit more about things, because Sagittarius, we're kind of, it doesn't seem like it, but we are very deep thinkers. So we're going to think a little bit, probably after we act, and then maybe try to act in a different manner going forward, but that's a whole nother thing. Anyway, so that's just one reflection on the Aries energy, the best way to use it so that it doesn't become overwhelming for you, so you don't feel like Aries is a bully that's making you be aggressive and forceful when you don't want to. Use your energy to temper the energy. The other kind of insight that came to me while I was reflecting on and meditating upon Aries energy is a word came to me, which doesn't always happen, but it did this time. And that word is perseverance. I really feel like in 2022, perseverance is maybe one of the strongest things that we can use for our well-being. Aries comes at a time when we've already begun our new year, right? Our chronological new year begins on January 1st. So we're about 90 days into it. I believe science has talked about or proven or shown or whatever that it takes 90 days to make or break a habit. Okay? It's very easy when to walk away from things or to, I hate to use this phrase, give up when things aren't going as we hope that they will. Okay? You start off a new year, and especially after the last 2 years that we've come out of, you know, nobody came out of the last 2 years unchanged. Nobody. And now we've got a whole new outlook and a whole new perspective and kind of new skill set that we're moving forward in 2022. Maybe our priorities have changed. Maybe for sure our lives have changed. And we don't want to go backwards. You always want to be moving forwards. So you might have started off the new year thinking, okay, I'm going to do this. This is going to happen. And maybe you didn't quite get to it. That's okay. This might be the energy that you need now with Aries to kind of, okay, let's try it again. Let's give it another shot. Perseverance. If it's important to you, if it matters, keep going. Just because you maybe needed a break, maybe life got in the way, things happen. If it's important to you, if you're still feeling like, I need to do this, persevere. I want to tell you how long it takes me to get this computer camera thing set up for me to do these videos, but I feel like I need to persevere with it. Okay? And I want you to feel that energy as well. Keep going. Because you are taking your place. You know what is going to make you your happiest, best self. Keep moving towards it. Don't let the world, don't let circumstances, don't let yourself stop you from what you know is important to you. Okay? And that's what Aries energy, while Aries energy is like a kickoff kind of an energy, and then it kind of lets others pick up the ball and run with it, that's okay. All you need to do is take a first step. And if you feel like you've taken a first step and maybe you've gotten pushed back a little bit, or you haven't taken that first step yet, this is the kind of energy that can help you do it. Okay? So let's take a look at our reading for the Aries season. Okay. So first of all, as always, we are working with my chakra zodiac healing oracle. My absolutely favorite deck in the whole world. I don't know how well you can see the cards on the video, but they are so worn out because I use this so often. And what we'll be doing is we'll be doing our standard reading of the energies that are moving away from us, where we are in the present, and where the energy is taking us. Okay. Then what I also did was I pulled a tarot card from the Major Arcana to kind of see where we are in our journey. And then what I also did, I used another tarot deck for our bonus card, the Animal Wisdom Tarot. I really like the feel of that for right now because we're in a spring energy, or at least in my part of the world, we're in a spring energy. And whether you're in a spring or a fall energy, animals, nature, very, really resonates with that kind of energy. So I want to see what kind of an animal would come up for us to help us during this season. Okay. I've drawn the cards. I haven't looked at them. So we're all going to work with this together. The first card, because this is the overall energy, is the Aries Warrior card. Like I mentioned before, Aries is aggressive, it is forceful, but it can also be strategic. It's how you use the energy. Energy is a tool for you to use. So use it wisely. use your gifts, use your personal energy to make the most of this warrior energy. It doesn't have to be a battle. It doesn't have to be a fight. It can be a journey, and it can be a really joyful journey, but it has to get started. And Aries can help you get that started. Okay, so let's see what we've got moving away from us. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so the energy moving away from us is Mars conflict. That's very interesting because Mars is the ruling planet for Aries, and Mars, it's the red planet. It is the planet of um, conflict, and I feel like coming up in this position, what it's letting us know is that this is more of kind of an inner than an outer energy, even though Mars is a planet, and typically I would consider that an outer energy. But I think the message that it has for us during this season, I'm hoping the light's not reflecting it so that you can see it properly. I feel like what it's talking about is a conflict within ourselves. Okay, that little voice in our head that says you can't. That feeling in your body, or you're looking around at your resources and thinking, maybe I don't have it, maybe I can't get it. It's time to get rid of all of that inner conflict. Believe in yourself, okay? Let go of any of those last traces. I was talking about this all last month, okay? Remember the last card that we had last month I'm sorry, not last month, but for the Pisces season, where we were moving forward was into major life changes. You don't want to carry any old nonsense into your beautiful, wonderful future that you're building for yourself. You want to let all that stuff go. And now's the time to do it. Any of those last traces, any of those self-doubts, any of those fears, any of those worries, let them go. Give them up to a higher power, to a higher source, whatever it is that feels right to you. Bury them in the ground, burn them, throw them in the ocean. Time to get rid of any inner conflict. Okay? Let's see where we are in the present. Oh, wow, another fire card. Very interesting. Okay, so in the present energy, here we go. That's better, I think. We've got Leo, which is the second fire sign in the zodiac calendar. So Leo is considered, the card reads the performer, because Leo energy is very bubbly. It's very, sorry, I've got this, it works better. I found that I sound better with the microphone, but with the things in my ears, it just makes me crazy. Anyway, so Leo the performer. I don't like to think of Leo as a performer, because that kind of sounds like you're not being your true self. Like you're putting on a happy face for other people. That's not where you want to be. You want to put your best self out there. You want to I feel like a lot of us hide our optimistic self out, because it's very easy to, I see this all the time. It's very easy to join in with negativity, with, everybody has, challenges, has things that they feel are not working for them, and it's kind of like that misery loves company kind of thing. You don't want to be company with misery. You want to put your happiness, your optimism, and that's who Leo is. Leo is like one of the most optimistic signs of the zodiac. Leo is very like, let's everybody just have a good time. Let's everybody just, it comes in like the summer, the warm time of the year, where people are, out, and it's the brightest time of the year. Leo is just very like effervescent and fun, and it's time for you to put that into your life. Do what you love, do what you enjoy, and let other people know that you're enjoying it, that you love it, that it matters to you. In the present, for the Aries season, focus on what brings you joy. Focus on what makes you your happiest self. Negative thoughts, negative feelings, they're going to come. Let them fly on by. Let them fly on by with all of that inner stuff that's bothering you. Just, acknowledge it. Say, okay, yep, I get you. But you know what? I'm going to be happy about it anyway, because there's something good to be found here. A nice way, or one of the ways that I like to think about it, is when I come across a difficult situation, or I find myself in somewhere that I don't want to be, I say to myself, you know what? Okay, now I know this is not what I want. This is what I want. So this is what I'm going to focus on. That's where you want to be in the present. You want to be focused on what it is that you want to have. What kind of abundance, what kind of joy that you want to have in your life. That's the place to focus your energies. Oh, okay. Where we're headed. Cleanse and purify. Water. Okay. So we were talking a little bit about water energy, and it's really interesting that after all of the fire energy, it's going to leave us. And that's really what fire does in a lot of ways. I mean, it can purify. This season can leave you feeling more refreshed, more in touch with what makes you happy, what matters to you. And it can help set you on the path as you continue through the astrological year to bring more and more of that into your life. I think that's what this cleanse and purify water card is telling us. Okay. It's time for you to get what you want. So use the energy now. Get rid of what you don't want. Focus in the present of where you want to be, and then you're going to be headed there. And as always, throughout the season, I'll do a couple of more videos where we'll look at these cards a little bit more in depth. Otherwise, this would just be like an hour-long video, and yeah, nobody wants that. Let's look at our Major Arcana Tarot card. Oh, I love the tarot. And, oh, very nice. So we have the Lovers. Interestingly enough, the Lovers. Now, a lot of people look at this card, and it feels like it's about partnerships, about romance, that kind of thing. But for me, the Lovers card has always been about choice. You make a choice every day, every second. You get up in the morning and you make a choice. It's going to be a good day, or it's going to be a great day. Time to make the choices that make you happy. That's what this card is all about. You are on the precipice of going either way, say, with something. And you can choose your own path. You can choose your joy. And that's what the energy is supporting you. It wants to help you choose your well-being and your happiness. Even when you look at this card, it's so nice. I mean, you could say that this is representing Adam and Eve, because you've got the snake, and Adam and Eve is a classic choice of, a classic story of choice, right? They were told to do something. They chose not to do it. And then stuff happened because of it. Now, I'm not going to get into religion and the Bible and all that kind of stuff, although I do find it very interesting. But they made a choice and stuff followed after that. It depends how you look at it. You could say that it was hardships, or you could say, you know what? They had a family. they had life, they had, I mean, they had so many other opportunities that they might not have had they made a different choice, had they just followed the plan that was set out for them. Instead, they are human, we are human, and we have free will, and we can make a choice. So make a choice that you know is going to serve you the best, and see where that takes you. And now let's look at oh, I did it upside down. Okay, let's take a look at our Animal Wisdom Tarot card, and that is the Rat. So the Rat, he's actually coming up as the Four of Fossils, which in the Tarot would be the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles kind of has a dual meaning. It can either be holding on too tight or recognizing what you have and enjoying it. Pentacles are all about money, quite frankly. It's about abundance overall, but for me, it's Pentacles represent money and resources. So the Rat is a very resourceful animal, survivor of almost anything. That's a very good energy to carry with you, knowing that no matter what you choose, you will make it work for you, because that's what the Rat does. I feel like the Rat is also coming to let us know to look carefully for any resources that we may not have recognized yet, because it's time to use those. It's time to gather them up, not to hoard them, but to use them for our well-being, for our betterment. I feel like the Rat might have more to say as the season progresses, so we'll think a little bit more about the Rat. That's our reading for the Aries season. Like I said, I'll do a couple of other videos where we'll explore these in a little bit more depth. Until then, I hope that you have had a wonderful Pisces season. I hope that your Aries season is just magical and filled with fun adventures and exciting new ventures, because that's what Aries season is all about. And if you have any questions or comments, please send them to me. I'm not always great at checking, but I will do my best. And thank you for watching this video. I'm wishing you lots of love and light and a very joyful Aries season.